Welcome back to the Action Kitchen at the Seaport Hotel in Boston, where I am joined with two of my dearest friends from Boston, some real North End, authentic Italian ladies who know how to throw down in the kitchen, Italian style. Carla and Christine Pallotta, owners of the fabulous restaurant Nebo.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Good to see you. So, people know you guys are big sports fans because they see you on the sidelines of the Celtics games.
Yeah.
And you guys have a serious restaurant.
Yeah, we've had it for 5 years now.
So, but before that, you guys had a salon. You had a spa.
23 years.
So, like, what in the world? You just decided one day we're going to close the doors and open up an Italian restaurant? Who does that?
I was bored. I needed a new challenge in life. And I looked at her, I said, you have 3 months, I'm leaving. I'm opening up a restaurant. And she said, you lost your mind. And I said, I'm doing it. You coming or not?
And you
and
said...
that was it.
Oh, yeah, I was
She had no choice.
we
had a really great business, but it was time for a change.
So, but like these recipes, these are your mother's recipes and your grandmother's recipes.
All my grandmother. We come from the Puglia region of Italy.
Right.
And we took all the food that we grew up with and decided to use it in the restaurant.
I love it. Okay, put me to work. We're going to make an authentic hearty bolognese.
Yes, we're going to start browning the meat and then we'll make the sauce at the same time.
I'm going to brown the meat. These guys are going to boss me around in the kitchen, and that's what I like.
First thing Christine's going to do is pour some water into the mushrooms. These are dried porcini mushrooms. Okay. They're very easy to use because they can be in your refrigerator all the time. They can be in your pantry. You can use them whenever you need them. You don't have to run out to the store.
The water brings them back to life?
Yes, brings the flavor out.
Not too shabby. Okay, so what am I doing?
So you're going to start with browning the meat.
All right.
So just a drop of oil.
Okay.
And just pour the meat in, break it up, and let's start browning it.
Okay, great.
This is really lean beef.
Like 75% lean, right? So we don't have to worry about draining the fat off afterwards. Could you use a fattier meat for a bolognese?
We do. In our restaurant, we use veal and pork. And, you know, it's just, it can be what you have in the house. It can be whatever your dietary needs are. So we work with it.
Now, can I put a little salt and pepper in here? Or just
a little salt and pepper, and then just let it sit a little.
I like salt and pepper on everything, just a little bit.
Meanwhile, we're going to start with the 3 basic things in a lot of stews and a lot of Italian recipes. Some onions, some celery, and some carrots, and we're going to cut that up, and we're going to put it inside a little olive oil, and that's going to be the base of our bolognese.
When you say the base, you're like trying to build the flavors, the carrots, the celery.
It also adds a little body to it also, which is nice. Don't go crazy about chopping. We're not chefs, we're home cooks, and that means that you just cut the way you can cut. Chop it up in chunks. What do you mean we're not chefs? You don't like my cutting skills? You don't have any cutting skills at all.
I love you guys, and I'm just so glad you're here with me. We love Nebo, and people might not know that your brother Jim is also an owner of the Celtics. And what about Ray, though? After you guys we won the championship, right? 2008. And so we're leaving. It's like 4 in the morning after all the photos. Look at when he comes down, and it's crazy and mayhem. And all of a sudden, he picks up his cell phone. I'm like, who are you calling? It's 4 in the morning. And then I hear Carla screaming on the other end. What did he say?
Well, actually, he tried to get me, and I'm trying to get him. I couldn't hear him, and he probably did the classiest thing I've ever seen. He came in the restaurant, and he said that he wanted to come by and congratulate us on having an amazing year. He's really proud of us. And here he is. He just won a championship, and he wanted to come congratulate us. And, of course, we made him something to eat. So
yeah, the bolognese pizza is my favorite. What an exciting year that was, and I feel like we're going to have another one of those this year.
There you go. So really coarse, really chunky. Yep. Yeah. So we want to cook these until they soften.
Couple minutes, what, 5 to 7 minutes?
5 to 7 minutes,
okay.
That's it.
This already smells amazing. Yeah.
Nothing better than oil and onion. That's my favorite smell.
I love oil, onion, and garlic.
Oil, onion, and garlic. That's my favorite smell.
That's it. Okay, this is pretty brown.
It's brown, yeah.
Great. Awesome. So growing up in the North End, it's like the quintessential Boston community, really around the world, everybody talks about. What was that like?
Every night in our house. Our house consisted of probably 20 people every night. My father's siblings and my mother's siblings, they all lived around in the neighborhood. Everybody came over. Monday night was soup night. Tuesday night was veal cutlet. Wednesday night was pasta night. Friday was fish.
Oh my God.
And Sunday was a gravy.
Are you guys going to adopt me? Can we talk about it?
We already did.
For me, food is all about family. Fun, love. Yes. And you can taste that.
It's so funny because I lived in my own apartment for years and I've never cooked a meal for myself. So if I have friends over, I'll cook. Otherwise, I just don't. I cook every day for myself.
Okay, so that's your pregame meal. What is it?
My pregame meal is pasta with marinara and basil. Every night. I have to have it.
That's it.
I need it.
Good. Okay, so I've got the meat nice and brown. I can smell the flavor, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. What am I doing next?
Porcini mushrooms. We're going to squeeze the juice out of it.
Beautiful.
This only took 5 minutes, and they're ready. They're going to reconstitute a little more once we put them inside the tomatoes.
Okay. So you're just going to go ahead and cut the porcinis up.
I'm going to just chop up the porcinis. You can see how they came back to life again.
Yeah, these look amazing.
Shannon, do you want to add the meat in? Add the meat in, absolutely.
Right, so I'm just going to spoon this in. Now, when I make my bolognese at home, I might add a little like country pork ribs, some Italian sausage.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even do pepperoni. But this is the healthy, hearty bolognese. So that's beautiful.
Shannon, can you add a little wine to that?
I'd love to. So about what?
I do about a cup in this amount.
I'm just going to eyeball it.
Very good.
Is that good?
That's good.
Okay.
I'm going to stir it and we're going to let that burn off a little.
Okay. So having alcohol in your food, it reduces, it just adds flavor, body. Yeah. And it also gives it that deep, rich color, which I love. This is going to be so delicious. I cannot wait.
Right now we're going to add some milk.
So this is organic whole milk?
I thought we were making it healthy. We are, organic milk.
Yeah, we are. So the milk just adds the creamy texture
Well,
to
what
it?
the milk actually does is help tenderize your meat also.
Okay, beautiful. And this is your grandmother's recipe?
Everything we do in the restaurant is my grandmother's. We have a list that's endless. Every day my mother says, oh, you know what I forgot we used to make all the time? We need to make this, we need to make that. It's just endless.
Yeah.
And when we're really lucky, we get my mother in the restaurant to do a little for us.
Does she do it?
What was it, about a year ago?
Yeah.
We had a big benefit dinner on a Sunday, and we didn't have time to get everything ready because the restaurant was so insanely busy.
Yeah.
And I had my mother and father that came in for dinner, and I'm like, we have an issue. They're like, what's the issue? I'm like, you need to go downstairs and make raviolis. And my father was downstairs making the raviolis with my mother. It was beautiful.
I love it.
So that should be burnt off pretty much. And Shannon, you're going to do the tomatoes. You're going to crush the tomatoes.
Now, is there a particular tomato you like to use? Is it Roma? Is it
San Marzano.
San Marzano.
Yeah.
Okay. Why San Marzano? What do you love about those?
We like the plumpness, and we like the fact that there's no bitterness to it. A lot of people add sugar to their tomatoes, and it's not necessary. If you're buying a good tomato, you don't need to. I'm just going to tear up some basil.
Well, I think that this looks pretty amazing, but it should just sit here and marinate.
Low and slow.
This has been simmering for about 45 minutes. And now you guys are going to show me how to make a fabulous winter panzanella salad.
And using some of the things that most people wouldn't use in a panzanella salad, and most people, things they don't like to eat.
Yeah.
So what do we have here, Christine? We roasted some beets, some red beets, some yellow beets.
Okay, beautiful.
And some Brussels sprouts. And we just roast them for about an hour and a half. We put salt and pepper, and we throw a little thyme on it. We're going to start with the bread first.
What we're making is croutons.
Exactly, croutons.
Any kind of bread? Do we only using Italian bread?
Well, we have an Italian house, so I guess it's Italian bread, you know? Why don't you give me some olive oil?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And pour a little of that, like 4 drizzles. And I'm going to toss this. I'm going to use my hands. And salt and pepper. You just want to coat the bread in some olive oil.
I always use my hands when I'm cooking.
You have to. It's really difficult to cook if you're not feeling your food. You need to feel the texture of things. That's what we learned when we opened our restaurant. Our mother, we tried to get the recipes from her, and she didn't have recipes. It was, you got to put a little of this, a little of that, and feel it.
She didn't write anything down.
Yes. Oh, no. It's not very easy to teach a staff. So what we did is she threw a little of this, a little of that in. We got a measuring cup, took everything off the board, and put it in instant rewind. And that was it.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
So we're going to close these in the oven.
Let me open the oven for you.
Okay.
Okay. So put it in the oven at 350 degrees.
There you go.
For about what, 5 to 7 minutes?
5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, awesome. So what do we do to make the rest of this fabulous winter panzanella salad?
Very easy.
So all these veggies go into a bowl.
Yes.
I love these colors. These are very like wintry, feels like home. The purple, the yellow, the green.
Beautiful. That's great. And Christine, can you cut up some of the dates?
Yes.
Love that.
And we have some walnuts.
Do you have to use walnuts? What if you have a nut allergy?
No.
I suggest you don't use them.
Don't use them.
Nice suggestion.
We like them really coarse.
Yeah.
Big pieces. Because everything in here is really big and chunky right now.
So that'll give it a nice bite, nice texture.
And we roasted these before. We just stuck them in the oven or in a pan. You can do them on top of the stove.
Perfect. We must need like some kind of a dressing, right?
Christine's going to make a dressing. So in the dressing, we have the juice of 1 lemon.
Okay.
We're going to add a little honey to that.
And honey's such a great natural sweetener.
Yep.
It's not as much actual calories as sugar. It doesn't cause a quick glycemic rise.
Some balsamic vinegar. A couple of tablespoons of balsamic.
Okay.
And then we're going to use some extra virgin olive oil.
Do you feel like you start every recipe with extra virgin olive oil? I feel like I do.
Garlic, onion, extra virgin olive oil.
Awesome.
We're going to add some arugula in here. It adds some beautiful color also. The colors are just magnificent in this. We need to get our bread and add our bread into this.
Okay, let me get it. I bet it's ready.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Nice and crunchy?
Oh, wow, they look beautiful.
That's great. Why don't we make some room here for you? Okay.
These look amazing.
Okay. It's great.
Awesome.
I'm going to give it a quick toss first, and then I'm going to add my croutons in.
Now, this is something I'm always talking about. Like, families think it's impossible to make food from home, that it's impossible to create dishes at home. We just made croutons.
Yes.
It's good for your grocery bill. It's good for your family.
And then we're going to add the croutons to it.
Okay, beautiful.
Yep.
I want to steal one.
Please do. Christine's going to add some dressing really slowly.
This is so beautiful. So do we have to cut the goat cheese up at all, or are we just
Break it up on top. Yep, just chunk it.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's a goat cheese.
Beautiful. That's going to go so well with our hearty bolognese. I'm so excited.
And we're going to plate this.
Okay. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
It's going on my menu.
Oh, I love it. Well, we're plating this. We're letting this sit here and simmer. I think you guys have done too much work today.
Oh yeah, we're tired.
I want you guys to relax. When we come back, we'll share a delicious meal with Sue Brady, Carla, Christine, and their mom, Angela Pallotta.
These girls did my mother's hair forever, and I tell you, her hair's never looked worse.
So here we are, carving up the Italian way. Seriously, like authentic North End. Because we have Angie Pallotta here, Mama Pallotta, which I'm so grateful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your authentic recipes with these girls. Because Ray and I are blessed every time we come to Nebo and have a meal.
Right, that's right.
And Sue's back to help us eat this delicious meal. We've got these beautiful bolognese. We've got the little carb up pizza over here. Susie and I threw it together.
Very good.
The panzanella winter salad and these fabulous cannolis with a little pistachio. And we're all having vitamin water. So now, we know Christine's pregame meal before she gets into the restaurant every day. Carla, what's yours?
I don't eat meals.
What? What do you mean you don't eat meals?
I pick all night long. I have some pasta, then I go and I get a little piece of veal, and then I go and get a chunk of cheese with bread. I'm one of those people that grazes all day.
Yep.
I graze.
Absolutely.
It works.
And diabetes runs in our family, so I have problems sometimes with my sugar. So one of the things I learned is that if I spread my meals out, I feel much better throughout the day.
And your mother, oh my gosh, could not have more beautiful skin. You're so healthy, and you are so committed to diet and exercise. How many miles do you walk every day?
Oh, could be 6, 7, 8 times. I've done 12. I've done 20.
Unbelievable. 20 miles.
What an inspiration.
But that's how you stay healthy and active. What's the secret?
That's it. Just walk and eat, fresh foods. No preservatives. No preservatives,
Homemade pasta every day.
Homemade pasta.
And Susie, you know these guys because you grew up in Stone.
Yeah? These girls did my mother's hair forever, and I tell you, her hair's never looked worse. Since you shut down. Mama, I love you. I love you.
Her mother was my client. She came every 3 weeks, all the whole time.
I love it. Well, I can't thank you guys enough for being here, showing us how to do it
Thank you.
the authentic way. It's delicious.
It's delicious, and I want a cannoli.
Oh, yeah. Can you want to try one? Are you going to let me come into the kitchen and get my hands dirty?
Absolutely.
Really?
But I want to play basketball with the Celtics.
I don't know about that. You're going to have to ask Ray about that. But Susie lets me come on the radio sometimes. Oh, my goodness. I love it. Whether you're a professional chef, a professional radio personality,
1041.
a professional athlete, or a busy mom on the go, we all agree we all need a delicious, healthy pregame meal to keep us winning at home.
That's right.
And that's what it's all about. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.